Namaste, yogis. Welcome to your Friday Flow. I'm Carter. I'm going to guide you through a practice today that helps us be mindful of our movement, our sensation in our body, and control the things that we can control: breath, movement, and sensation. Let's get to our practice. All right, let's get to it, yogis. Slide into child's pose. So come to the middle of your mat, bring your big toes together. Knees can be together or apart. If you extend the knees a little bit wider, you'll be able to drop a little bit farther into the legs. Start to extend your arms out in front of you. And slowly, softly, allow the belly, the heart, chin, or chest to float towards the floor. Through the exhalation, allow the hips to draw back towards the heels and start to establish your breath pattern. Inhalation and exhalation mirror one another in depth and maybe quality. One more breath here. Allowing the exhalation to help you let go of any of your attachments or issues, problems. Allow the inhalation to invite something new into your life. And slowly bring yourself up into table. Hands come under shoulders, knees under hips. Allow the belly to drop a little bit towards the floor. Pull the heart through the arms, lift the chin, lift the chest. Cow pose, feel length through belly. Exhaling, rounding through the upper back, middle back, low back. Maybe even tuck the tailbone into cat pose. Let's try one more time. Inhale, belly drops, lift the heart, chin, and chest. And exhale, round and squeeze. Allowing that spinal fluid to warm up just a little bit. All right, back to neutral spine. Roll over your toes. Lift your knees off the ground about 2-3 inches. Bring the belly towards the thighs as you straighten the arms and extend through the shoulders. Slowly start to lift the hips up. See if you can keep the belly pressing against the thighs, and then lengthen through the shoulders. So we're in a bent leg down dog. We can start to move those legs around a little bit, maybe wider or a little bit back farther towards the back of the mat. Once you start to get comfortable here, you can invite one heel towards the earth as you feel the length of that Achilles tendon, maybe back of the knee and hamstring. While you do that, you can lift the right hip a little bit and look underneath the right arm as you open up through the right side body. And you may feel this all the way to the glute. Come back to center as you bend that right knee a little bit. And let's just try the other side. So invite that left heel towards the earth. Gaze underneath that left arm just a bit. Start to lift that left hip up towards the ceiling. And then inhale, come back to center. Bend those knees. And then just walk your feet to your hands. Once you get there, separate your feet a little bit wider. So they're as wide as your hips, or maybe even a little bit wider. And then bend those knees so the belly comes towards the thighs again. Tuck the chin. Relax your shoulders. And then bend your left knee a little bit more. Take your left hand right on the nose as you press the palm. Then twist and open, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Once you get there, just roll that right wrist. Push that right heel into the ground. See if you can straighten your right knee a little bit as you lift the right hip. And then bring that right hand down. And we're going to switch. So bend that right knee. Right hand comes down, palm presses down. Twist open, left arm reaches up. Roll that left wrist a little bit and wiggle those fingers. As you start to lift this left hip, you'll see if you can straighten that left knee a little bit. And you'll feel it back of the knee, hamstring. And then drop that left hand down. Little sway of the hips from side to side as you bend the right knee, left knee again, getting a sense of the back of the legs. Then take the hands to the mid-thigh, bring yourself up halfway, and then very slowly bring yourself all the way up. And then rotate your palms towards the front of your mat as you start to bring your feet a little bit closer together. Bend and straighten the knees. Hands come to heart center, and then inhale, arms reach up. The right hand grabs the left wrist at exhale, side bend to the right. A little gaze underneath that left arm as you find that extension through the left ribs. Grounding down through the feet, soft through the toes. Breath is still nice and deep. Inhale back to center. Let's switch hands. Left hand grabs right wrist, pull up and over. Once again, we're always easing into the asana to make sure that the body is aware of what we're doing. Nothing comes as a shock. And we're just creating this intimacy and connection, communication with the body. Inhale back to center, arms reach up. Lift the gaze. If you feel like you need it, just a very gentle back bend. And then exhale, fold forward. No rush through any of this. Hands down, top chin, release the head, soften. Inhale, come up just a smidge. And then exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, walk yourself all the way back, top of a push-up. Push through the heels so you feel it in the calves and push the floor away as you lift the chin. And then lower the knees down. You're in supported plank. Lift your feet up off the ground. And then allow your heart to pull forward as you lift the chin and chest, as if you're trying to take your toes and touch the top of your head. And as you can see, it'll be about 3, maybe even 4 lifetimes before I can do it. And then exhale, lower the feet down, draw the hips back, child's pose. Arms stay where they are, so they're extending. Have to press the hips back towards the heels. The hands will slide from length through the shoulders. And one more time. Inhale, come on up. Walk the hands a little bit forward. Hips sink forward and down. Knees bend, and once again, lift the chin and chest. And the toes try to touch the top of the head. Long through the neck, strong through the arms. And then nice and slowly back to your child's pose again. So feet come down, hips draw back. Forehead, chest, drift towards the length through the upper back. And inhale, come on up to table. Then down dog. This time, a little bit more traditional. You can just kind of pedal feet and knees. Big toes come a little bit closer together. Take your right heel up towards the ceiling. So you're flexing the foot. You're going to feel some extension through the Achilles tendon. Take your right knee, draw towards the belly, then the chest, then the chin, and then step your right foot forward. Drop your left knee down, point your left toes. If you ever have any issues with your left kneecap, slide something soft underneath that. Lift the torso up, arms reach up. Hips sink forward and down. And then bend the elbows, hands and elbows draw back as you open up through the chest, fronts of the shoulders, collarbones. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, straighten the elbows, knuckles towards the floor, towards the back of the mat. To activate your left thigh or left hip flexor, push that left foot into the ground. All right. Roll over your left toes. Lift your left knee. This is a balance pose. Release your arms, extend them out in front of you like you're going to hand somebody a present, and come off that back foot. This is called Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Take this left hand, bring it all the way down to the floor. Take this right arm, reach it up towards the ceiling. So revolved half moon. Straighten that right knee the best you can. And then step your left foot all the way back of your mat. Stay on your left toes and then lift the torso up with the twist. So you're looking for the right thumb. Take this right hand, slide it behind the back. Left arm reaches up and over. You sink low into that right knee. Your gaze is underneath your right shoulder towards that towards the left heel. Thank goodness I'm twisted away from you guys. All right, we're going to swim both hands down on the inside of your right foot. Swivel that back foot and ground down. And then you're going to crab walk your hands all the way to the back of the mat. Bend that left knee and drop that left hip towards the left heel. You can stay on the right heel, toes straight up, or you can root down through the foot. There's just a little variation within the groin and the hamstring. Doesn't matter to me which one. If for a little bit more sensation, you can lean towards that right leg, and you can do a couple other variations. You can reach the right arm up, and you can even reach around for the bind. Right hand comes around the back, left arm around that left shin. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, that's doozy for me. All right, let everything go. Come to warrior two to the front of your mat so that right knee bends. The arms open up. Always modify your stance to make sure you're stable. Swivel your palms up and down as you move the shoulders just a bit. Take your left arm underneath your right arm. Left hand grabs right wrist or palm for eagle arms. Elbows come up and down just a little bit. Move the head. One more deep full breath. We're just giving our upper back between the shoulder blades a little bit of space. Unwind it all. Arms open up. Back to your warrior two and swivel your right palm up. Reverse warrior. Right arm reaches up and over. Left hand can be on the hip, down the leg, or behind the back. And as you sink low into your right knee, you're reaching with that right arm. And then take this right forearm, bring it to the right thigh or knee, swivel your right palm up, and then take that left arm and extend it up and over that left ear as you gaze up towards the ceiling. So extended side angle with a nice long side body. And then let's take a look down to our right big toe. We're going to bring our left hand down. We're going to roll onto our left toes, and we're going to twist and open reach our right arm up to the sky. Now, we're going to move you into side plank, and there's a couple ways you can get there. If you're comfortable with the balance and the strength of your left arm, step your right foot back. And you could stack or stagger your feet. If that's not working for you today, bring the right hand down, step the right foot back, roll onto the outside of the left foot, and maybe stagger the feet, and then slowly reach the right arm up. Now keep in mind you have the option of always dropping to the left knee and moving through that variation. All right, wherever you are, lift your hips. Right hand comes down. Lower down just a little bit. Roll over the toes for up dog. So you're on the tops of the feet, elbows are straight, and you're nice and long through torso. Exhale the down dog. Give yourself a couple deep full breaths. And we're going to do the same thing other side. So the big toes come together, the left heel reaches to the ceiling for some length, and then that left knee comes towards the belly, then the chest, then the chin, and then it softly steps forward. Drop your right knee down, point your right toes, and once again support the right kneecap if you need to, and then lift the torso on up. Arms reach up, maybe a little back bend if you need it. Elbows bend, hands and elbows draw back, lift the heart. And then once again, let's interlace the fingers behind the back, maybe have the opposite thumb on top. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, straighten the elbows, lift the heart. Press the top of your right foot into the ground. I did that like it was like a tail. Good boy. Right foot presses down. Squeeze shoulder blades together. All right, now roll over your right toes. Good boy. Lift that right knee. Release the arms, give them a little shake, and then you're going to extend the arms out in front of you like you're going to hand someone a present again, and we're going to come off that back foot, nice and effortless as we extend. This is warrior three, or standing on one foot. Right hand comes down to the floor. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. You can do this with a block. Oh, almost fell over. And extend. Revolved half moon. And then you're going to take that right foot, you're going to step it all the way back. As you stay on the toes, bring that right hand off the ground, and we're twisting. Now I can see you guys. Hey, how you guys doing? Let's see. Take your left arm, slide it behind your back, right arm up, and maybe over that right ear. You can do as much of a twist and back bend as you would like. All right, so it may be just here, left hand to hip, and right arm reaches up. All options. Take your hands and windmill them down the inside of the left foot. I'm going to rotate. Swivel your right foot, crab walk your hands all the way back, right knee bends. Now, if you're sensitive in the knee, you may stay up higher. That's okay too. You in the groin. You have that option of twisting and extending, or maybe getting the bind. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard that. My shoulder just popped. Maybe call 911. All right, let it all go. Warrior 2 to the front of your mat. So left knee bends, arms open up. And once again, I never expect you to step right in, so move it around, find that spot, take your right arm, slide it underneath your left arm. Right hand grabs left wrist or palm. Trying to get the elbows so they're kind of parallel to the ground. Shoulders are drawn down. If you have the hands, they come away from your face. If you can't get there, keep the hands to the shoulders. One more breath. Unwind it all, back to Warrior 2. The gaze is over your left middle finger. And let's reverse it. So left knee bends, left arm reaches up and over, right hand can slide down the leg. You can rest on the hip with a little pressure there, or you can slide behind the back as you open up through that right shoulder. It's up to you. Any variation that works for your body, do that. One more deep, full breath. Wow, I sound like so. Yeah, do whatever you want to do. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Take your left forearm to your left knee or thigh. Slide your right arm up and over the right ear. Or if you don't want to, you can keep the hand on the hip. It's possible. Feels pretty good. Right? You can massage that lower back or extend left or right arm up and over. One more deep, full breath. There's so many options in our practice, so make sure that you modify in a way that supports your body. Check out your left big toe. Right hand comes down. Roll onto your right toes. So you have all those options as we move into side plank. So extend that left arm up. So we're in dragonfly. And then your options. You can just root down through that right hand and step that left foot back. Side plank. It's a hard transition. Or bring the hand down. Left foot comes back. Maybe drop the right knee and extend. So any variation of side plank that works. Whoa. Yeah. Nice. Hips are lifting. Really strong pose. Awesome. Left hand comes down, back into plank. You can chaturanga if you'd like, halfway down through up dog. If it ain't working for you today, skip it, go into down dog or child's pose. Give yourself 3 breaths. Really big, really deep, free. Once again, utilizing the exhalation to release your grip on all the things that you're trying to control, which is a ton, right? We try to control everything. All right. Into down dog if you're not there already. Big toes come together, right foot lifts to the sky. Now bend your right knee and stack your right hip on top of your left hip. Push down through the right hand, gaze over your left shoulder, and then you're going to take this right knee, you're going to slide it under the body towards the left arm, and then you're going to straighten your right knee so that right foot extends out to the left. I'll maybe face you guys. And then you're going to lower your right hip down. You're just going to swivel so the top of your left foot is down. Let me see if I can get a better view for you guys. Need a bigger studio. So internally rotate right thigh. Top of the right foot's down. The right leg is going to straighten and it's going to scoot up so it's parallel to the front of your mat. Hands come underneath your shoulders, lengthen through the torso, and then twist to the right as you press this right leg into the ground. So if I'm facing the front of my mat here, I'm twisting to the right. All right. The transition to get out of here is a little bit of a challenge. So let's take the hands down underneath the shoulders, roll over your left toes, lift your left knee, and then you're going to take that right leg and send it all the way back up to 3-legged dog. So you're going to send it all the way up, and then you're going to bend open and stack, and if it's in your practice, you can take that right foot, find the floor behind you as you flip your dog. Exhale. Right hand comes down, right foot comes, let's say right shin to the front of your mat. Pigeon right side. Point the left toes, lengthen the torso. Keep in mind when you're moving into your pigeon pose, you want to make sure your knees are both supported and there's no sensation that's uncomfortable. And then as you scoot your right shin closer towards the front of your mat, the more intense it'll be on that right hip. You need to get this left hip bone down towards the ground. Once you're there, you are breathing. It's these longer holding postures, kind of yin postures, that challenge us on an emotional level. And as we know how it goes, it's like, you know, I don't like sensation that is uncomfortable, unfamiliar, or intense. I want to fight it or I want to run from it. And part of our practice is, can I manage that sensation and calm the nervous system down so I don't just automatically run or fight? I ask my body the question, how you doing? Like, what's going on? Do I need to adjust, and am I okay? And that takes a little bit of a patience, some pause, some breathing, some management of sensation. And then once we make that cognitive decision, okay, that's maybe too much, well, then I modify a little, or if it ain't enough, I go a little bit towards it. So we don't react, we respond. There's a big difference. All right, hands under shoulders, gently lift yourself on up, roll over your left toes, lift your left knee, right foot steps back, three-legged dog. Shake it out, get that circulation back to that right foot, and we're gonna do the same thing other side. So big toes come together, left heel towards the ceiling, bend the left knee and stack the left hip on top of the right hip. Gaze over the right shoulder so you can see that left foot. And then take your left knee underneath the body towards the right arm. Straighten the knee as you send that left foot out to the right. Lower the left hip bone down. Internally rotate the right thigh so you can get the top of your right foot down. Right knee doesn't have to be straight. Check out the left leg. Straighten the knee. Scoot the left leg so it's parallel to the front of the mat. Bring both hands down underneath the shoulders. Lift the heart as you push the floor away. Twist to the left as you press this left leg into the ground. I'm trying to get towards left hip outside of the IT band. You may get a little bit in the hamstring, and if it's too much, if all you feel hamstring is, then bend this left knee a little bit and then twist again as you press into the ground. Right, so you can do this little micro adjustment. This is the preparation for pigeon on this side. All right, come back to center, hands under shoulders. This is that funky transition. Roll over your right toes and lift this right knee. And then send this left leg all the way back up. And then bend open and stack. And once again, if it's in your practice, you can gently flip your dog all the way over and extend and lengthen left arm towards the front of the mat. As gracefully, easy for me to say, as you flip back over. Whoa. And then take that left shin forward for pigeon on the left side. So alignment purposes, left foot in line with right leg. To make sure that you're easing into the pose, you can draw that left heel back towards the right hip bone. Square the hips, lengthen through torso, and ask the body, right? How's that feel? Right? My knee's okay. How's the sensation in my hip? If I need more, I take that left foot, I scoot it forward a little, I drop this right hip bone back down. Oh, my bones are cracking. Elbows down. And then once again, we manage it, right? So do I need more or less? Is there any pain, right? So there's two different sensations that we get in our practice, and one of them is intense sensation that is manageable. It means like I feel it while that's intense, but if I breathe and I smooth out my breath, I'm okay. That's what we're working for. If there's something like you're gritting your teeth and you can't smooth out the breath and you're like, whoa, that really hurts, you come out or you modify. And if you're not sure, you can leave a comment in the section and say, that pigeon pose hurt my right knee. What are some alternative asanas, right? So keep in mind, we can do yoga until forever, right? We can do it forever. It's just our practice changes. how fast we move and these asanas we move. And this is the goal, is that it's a lifelong practice. All right, hands under shoulders, gently lift yourself on up, roll over your right toes, lift your right knee, left foot steps back to three-legged dog, shake it out. Get that circulation back into that foot. When you're ready, come into your down dog, little pedal the feet and knees. Take a nice big inhale through your nose, exhale out your mouth. Awesome. Knees down, cross at your ankles, roll over your feet. Bring the soles of the feet together, cobbler's pose. I like to start with the hands behind me. This helps me lengthen through the spine. And then I can press through the hands. I can even lift my hips up off the ground, and I can scoot them forward or back, and I can make those adjustments until I feel something that's just right. Once I'm there, I wiggle the toes, tell my feet hello, draw my knees down towards the ground, and then lengthen through the torso, walk my hands forward. Draw your belly button towards your heels. It keeps the collarbones and chest open. If your shoulders pass your hips and you're flexible enough, take the hands to the feet. If you get here, you can roll your feet open so you can see the bottoms of the feet. Get some flexibility there. And then hinging forward if you need more. And also this movement from side to side gets a really nice sensation of the edges of groins, lower back, maybe creases of the hips. And if you find something that needs attention, you can always kind of hang out there. Another breath. And then inhale, come on up. Hands on the outsides of the knees, lift them up. Extend your left leg out in front of you. Take your right foot, bring it over your left leg. Let me rotate. Take your right hand and bring it to the floor by the right hip. And then take your left arm and slide it on the outside of the right thigh. So before you twist, think about moving your vital organs, or your, let's say, your belly button on the opposite side of the right thigh. So you're going to draw the belly in and up. And then once the belly is drawn in, then you can start to press the arm under the thigh, lift the heart, and twist from below the belly button. So you're not doing the shoulders. You're doing like wringing out the vital organs, you know? Like getting rid of all the toxins. And then we draw the chin towards the right shoulder, and our drishti points towards the right thumb, so we gaze down there. And we breathe. The inhalation is probably a little restricted because we're pressing on the lungs. And then bring yourself back to center. Take your left hand behind you, and we're just going to switch. So straighten the right knee, take your left leg over your right leg. I'm going to rotate again. Left hand by the hip. Right arm on the outside of the left leg, and before you dig into that twist, belly draws in. Move the lower part of the belly on the left side of the thigh, and then lift the heart. Use that right arm for leverage and twist. Keep in mind the right hand is awake of some sort. You can do a mudra if you like, thumb to index finger or middle finger. Or you could do like rock and roll if you like. Hang loose is a nice one, just not the finger, right? We're yogis, for crying out loud. One more deep full breath, gaze towards that left thumb. Awesome, back to center. Right hand behind you, unfold your legs, give them a little shake. And then move the flesh from under your sit bones. Extend your arms out in front of you like you're going to hand somebody a present. And keep the spine long, lift the heart, and extend. Like you're forcing someone, like, take the present, for God's sakes. Don't look in the box. All right, we're going to roll the spine to the floor. Keep the arms extended. We're going to go all the way down to about, let's say, halfway and stop. Lift the feet up a little bit as we engage the belly. Relax your jaw, wiggle your fingers and toes. Lower to 1 inch off the ground. And then lower all the way down. Scoot yourself to the middle of your mat if you're not there already. Bend the knees, bring the feet to the floor about hips distance apart. The hands are by the side body, maybe the tips of the fingers feel the heels. Draw your chin a little bit down towards your chest. Now press the curvature of your back into the ground, so you're going to engage the belly a little. Lift your tail, roll your tailbone off the ground. Keep pressing the back down as you lift the lower back, mid back, maybe upper back. Options could be palms up or down. You can squeeze the shoulder blades together and maybe interlace the fingers behind your back. If you're watching this on YouTube, see if you can just listen to my voice. I don't want your chin to move from your chest, so don't look left and right. It could be very dangerous in the neck. So see if you can move through this with just my direction. All right, come onto your toes if you need more space. If you're ambitious, you can lift one leg either towards the front of the room or towards the ceiling. If you do lift the leg, you can switch and do the other leg, but take your time. 2 more deep full breaths as you feel length of belly and spine. Lower your feet down if they're lifted, lower the heels down, release the hands. Very slowly lower your hips all the way down. Keep your knees bent, but separate your feet a little bit wider. Let your knees fall in towards one another so they touch. And then gently windshield wiper your knees side to side. Back to center, straighten the left knee, lay that left leg onto the ground, and then draw your right knee or thigh towards the belly, chest, and squeeze in just a bit here. Options are moving a little bit from side to side so you can feel that connection. When you're feeling pretty good, take that right knee and drop it to the left. You can use the left hand to kind of guide it down if you need more sensation with this spinal twist. You also have the option of straightening the right knee, so it goes all the way out to the left, a little bit more through the hamstring. And you can extend your right arm out to the right and soften that right shoulder towards the ground. Eyes can be open or closed. We're starting to wind down from practice now, so the breath pattern can get a little bit softer. The belly's relaxed, the spine is soft. You're feeling a little bit more of gravity on the weight of the body. All right, slowly bring that right knee back up to center, and let's switch the legs. So just straighten the right knee, bend the left knee, draw that left thigh towards the belly, chest, and a little bit of movement from side to side. And then invite that left knee, or straighten the knee and left foot to the right. Arms can open up like wings, or right hand on the outside left knee, hip, or thigh. In addition to the left arm, rather than extending the left arm out, you could always take the left hand to the lower back and the hip, and you can tap the glute or massage the lower back, and you can use that for leverage to twist. I personally like my left arm long because this this front of our shoulders are always dropping forward because of all the stuff that we do with our electronics like phones and computers. So I always like to open up the fronts of the shoulders and chest. One more breath. Nice work. Slowly, left knee back up to center. Let's draw both knees towards the belly or chest. You got a couple options here. You can just squeeze the thighs towards the belly, or you can open up the knees a little bit wider so the thighs draw down by the rib cage. You can rock from side to side. You can make circles if you'd like. And if you still need a little bit more, you can come into a happy baby. So both arms reach in between the legs. You can grab the shins, the ankles, big toes, bottoms of the feet, really whatever you can get a hold of. And then the movement is feet are drawing away from one another, and then ankles up over the knees, and then drawing the knees down towards the floor. Now, you don't have to get the ankles over the knees. You don't have to even grab the feet, but that's the direction that we move. So feet away, feet up, knees down. And then there's movement. You can rock from side to side. It's a nice way to massage the muscles on the lower back. You can move the feet in and out. It could be one and then the other, or you can maybe straighten. This movement from side to side, sometimes if you are a little wobbly, you can get stuck right on one side. This is called dead bug. Sometimes that visually works better for me. But happy baby's nice too, right? All right, release your feet, extend them up towards the ceiling, candlestick. Hands can find any positions comfortable. It could be like hamstrings, backs of the knees, maybe underneath the hips to support the hips there, or maybe just by the side body. Roll the ankles, wiggle the toes, internally, externally rotate the thighs so you move the hips in their socket. And then a little bit of movement with the legs. You can do circles like you're making a spiral on the ceiling. Go one direction, the other direction. You could also like pedal your feet like a bicycle, and you can go forwards and backwards. Scissor kick the legs. Really, use your creativity. Right? Any movement with the legs at work. I could just list off 3,000 of them, but you got the idea, right? Move your legs. You're letting the blood come from your feet down to your vital organs, and you're going to give yourself a little bit of energy. All right, lower the legs halfway down. Open up the legs a little bit wider, and then allow the heels to drop right at the corners of the mat. Externally rotate your thighs, let your feet fall open. We're easing into our last resting pose, Shavasana. If you have pillows, blankets, bolsters, use anything you can to make sure the body is very comfortable. Palms either swivel up by the side body, but if you're challenged with your nervous system, like relaxing the nervous system, take the left hand to the heart. Take the right hand to the lower belly, so the thumbs in the belly button. On your inhalation, allow the belly to expand, so press it out. Exhalation, belly falls. These belly breaths will help balance the nervous system out. If your nervous system feels pretty good, maybe just palms up by the side body. Then draw the chin down a little, close your eyes. Drop the tongue off the roof of the mouth. Soften your forehead, your inner ears. Letting go of everything, just being completely connected to this moment, here and now. There is no better place than in these bodies, this place and time. Yes, challenging, but within the challenge, that friction sharpens our sword. And you guys are doing great. Keep up the good work. But for the next few minutes, just rest. You deserve it. If you have the time and the space to stay in this Shavasana for 5, maybe even 10 more minutes, please do that. If your day is waiting for you, very slowly start to deepen the breath. Start to awaken your new body by wiggling your fingers and toes, rolling the wrists and ankles, and gently rocking your head side to side. As you move the arms and legs, extend those arms up over the head, stretch from your fingers all the way down to your toes. On your exhalation, draw the knees towards the belly, chest, wrap your arms around the legs, give yourself a yogi hug. Loving kindness here as we suspend any judgment or critique, which we are so good at doing. Extend your right arm up over your head, roll to your right side. And a moment to be here now. Acknowledging your practice, your body, and this day. I will not let these moments slip through my fingers. Pressing your hands into the floor, gently bring yourself up into a comfortable seat. Hands to the knees or thighs as you lengthen through the torso. Draw your right ear towards your right shoulder. Roll your head back, lift your chin up, wag your jaw. Left ear to left shoulder. And roll the chin all the way to the chest. Hands come together, sign of our connection. Thumbs to our heart. Our connection is through love, kindness. Take a nice big inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth. Thank you guys so much for sharing your practice. Namaste. Nice work showing up today for your practice. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section below. And make sure you subscribe to this channel to be updated on all my latest content. Thanks.